En la siguiente parte os vamos a intentar explicar de manera muy sintética lo que hemos aprendido este último año en el Tech4Good, que lo tenéis en el estudio que os hemos presentado. Es un trabajo que lo hemos hecho conjuntamente con Leonora. Leonora hace 4 años que trabaja con Ship2B. Es una persona maravillosa con la que nos hemos entendido siempre muy bien. Nos ha hecho unas aportaciones espectaculares en Ship2B. Es una investigadora a nivel internacional. Lideró una gran iniciativa como Ship2B en el Reino Unido multiplicado por 10. Y es una persona muy referente que intentará ilustraros un poco sobre todo lo que hemos aprendido en este campo. Leonora.
I'm going to speak in English, I'm afraid. I just wanted to, to share some of the highlights of the report that Xavi and I have just published, which you all have, I think, in your folders. And what we wanted to do with this report, it's more like a thought piece and an exploration of this, on the one hand, the philosophical debate, which I think is one of the grand and great important debates of today about how technology can help to create social change. On the one hand, we have the techno-utopians, as they're known in Silicon Valley, such as Elon Musk, who I'm sure you all know, PayPal, Tesla Motors. And on the other hand, we have intellectuals like Morozov, who have written books such as Click Here to Save the World, The Folly of Technological Solutionism. And there was a tweet flying around recently which was saying somewhere between Musk and Morozov, we will find our futures. And I think that's where we come out a little bit in the report. There's obviously huge and amazing potential with all these technologies which we're trying to harness. But we also have to be realistic. We may be in a moment, like John says, where it all feels quite chaotic and as if we're not quite reaching that exponential impact that we want. But hopefully, in 10 years' time, we will come out of that curve and technology will have been the force that obviously everyone in this room, I'm really glad to see, believes in. Do you have the clicker? The one behind. Right, I won't go into this because too much, it's all in this report, but one of the things we also wanted to do was to bring some facts and figures and really bring the debate away a little bit from the discourse, macro discourse down to the micro, what's happening in Europe, what's happening in Spain, particularly in terms of social businesses and technology. There's some fantastic news, which is the amount of social tech projects is booming. Nesta in the UK, which is a fantastic resource, is basically categorizing all of the projects in Europe in the digital social innovation space. The number of projects have doubled in the last year from 1,000 to 2,000, which is quite an amazing statistic. So there's also more players coming actively into the ecosystem. So the Tech4Good sector is emerging. It's still quite young, but a lot more corporates, non-profits, social businesses are coming into the space. So I think there's a really positive story there about what's happening in Europe. In terms of Spain, we've heard some of the fantastic social tech entrepreneurs which we interviewed for the study to try and find out a little bit about what they felt were the key challenges, how we could help develop the ecosystem. I won't go too much into that, but I think Xavi and that panel brought it out. A lot of it's to do with financing. Sometimes exponentiality feels far away, but you could hear that there's huge belief there. So I just wanted to close on this idea that really, I think, coming full circle to what John was saying at the beginning, Barcelona has, I don't think it's quite Silicon Valley yet, but it certainly has a lot of potential. And I'd like to believe that we can really create a really strong and exciting social tech innovation ecosystem here. We do need collaboration between the tech and the social. We need all of that systemic collective impact that we've been talking about. But I think that there's a really good energy here, and I'm really glad that John picked up on that. Thank you.